that became very controversial, no? But that became even here in the Philippines when that came out, because you find these rosaries all over the place. They're very cheap. You can buy. They're not often sold in good Catholic stores. You find them in cheap places outside churches. Usually, those who vendors who sell them for very cheap. Now, why is it called Satanic Rosary? It was called Satanic Rosary because it had symbols there that were not given meaning. It means that you see these rosaries, especially the crucifix of the rosary, and you wonder what are those symbols there. Symbols like flowers, because oftentimes they're made of plastic, cheap plastic, those made in China plastic type. So you have this kind of symbols there, um, that look like a devil with horns, or you have the sun, a figure, or a rose figure, or you have um, pointed end rosaries. They look like arrowheads rosaries, the crosses, and you have in the corpus, a snake that is coiled around the body. There is no inri sign. There's no clear inner sign, or even the face of the corpus is really looks like a a corpse or a skull. So the exorcist priest that said that made a study that some of these symbols are are either occult in nature, or Masonic in nature, or esoteric in nature, depending on the source. And your question, what will we do with it? Well, there were priests who initially said, well, you just bless it and use it ordinarily like any rosary. But our understanding is those symbols themselves, if you understand what those symbols are for, you cannot remove the meaning of those symbols by just blessing it, because the symbols are there. In other words, the principle that we use is the intention of the maker endures. Look at it from, I don't know if you can visualize a painting. A painting is, even if you bought the painting, or you had a painting um, drawn by someone, the real owner of the painting is the artist. The real owner of the painting is the artist. And therefore, the intention of the artist remains. So when he puts something in, just think about Leonardo da Vinci, or any of the great artists. Those colors, those things that they place there, the meaning is theirs, whatever meaning that they intend. But if you buy the painting and say, no, the meaning of that color is like this, it doesn't matter, because the real owner is the artist. We call that the intention of the first cause remains. So in the intention, what is the intention? This is the reason why we ask, what is the intention of the one who made that rosary design? And so you buy the rosary, it has no explanation. The sun means this, to show that Christ is the Son, etc. Or the snake means this. You don't see that. It's not given. So in the research of this priest, he was able to show that the meanings are esoteric in nature, occult in nature, Masonic in nature, or or uh, or New Age in nature. And therefore, even if you bless that, you don't remove the meaning of the symbols. And that is why the reason is the best is to just dispose of it, or you surrender it to the to the priest in exchange for a better rosary or a better religious object. So that is also true not only with rosaries but also other religious objects. For example, the miraculous medal or the medal of Saint Benedict. So when you buy the medal of Saint Benedict, you have to see to it that all the symbols and all the letters are according to the canon. Because according to the prayer, those signs and symbols were appointed by God. And therefore, if the letters change, then that destroys the meaning of the medallion. Or if you add something to the medallion, for example, a Masonic sign of the compass, then it's a Masonic medallion. Why would one change the symbols that are canonical, we may say, and put something else there? Then that what is the intention? What is the intention behind that? So for this purpose, one needs to be very careful of religious objects, whether they be statues, whether they be rosaries, whether they be scapulars, whether they be medallions, or whether they be pictures, to see that there are no extrinsic, strange symbolisms in them, because those symbolisms are given by the one who made them. So even if you bless it, as long as the symbolisms are there, we call that the sigil, then it it remains.